everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and what are we doing today? Well, we're doing another Hour of Devastation Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. We've got some Ixalan spoiler vids up. I did one with Jamie, I did one with Sam. Please check those out, comment, like. I encourage you. Check those out. Let me know what you think. Alright, great pack here. We've got Struggle to Survive, Open Fire, Ronus Stour, Consigned to Oblivion. These two are a little bit after those. I think we'll just take the Struggle. Deals with anything. Early in Draft 1, I took an Open Fire over a Struggle to Survive, much to a lot of people's chagrin. I still don't think it's that bad, honestly, because Open Fire can actually kill your opponent, unlike Struggle. But Struggle does deal with more things, so I guess it's more important to be able to deal with things on board than have the option to kill your opponent. I suppose that is probably true. The survive aspect of this card is almost always irrelevant, which doesn't really matter anyway because the struggle side is so good. But let's start it off with powerful removal. Unfortunate that we're passing an Open Fire, which is almost assuredly going to be picked second there, but what can you do? Okay, so let's take a look here at our picks. We have Kenra Scrapper on color with our Struggle to Survive. We have Farm to Market, which is strong removal. Once again, you don't have to play Market. The front sides of both of these cards are fantastic. We have Obelisk Spider, Vizier of the Anointed. I think I'm okay taking Farm to Market. It's a strong removal spell. Deal with anything. Most of the time, your creatures are going to be killing you by attacking. I guess some of the exceptions would be like a Fervent Paincaster, which doesn't necessarily have to attack you. But Farm to Market is very strong. We're going to take it over the Scrapper. We're going to take it over the Vizier and Spider as well. Get ourselves a premium removal spell and continue on. All right, Imminent Doom is a very fun card to play. We have Sandblast, which is another pretty hard removal spell in white. I'm okay taking Imminent Doom this early. I actually think the card is reasonably good. You do kind of have to build around it a bit, but I don't know. I found it to be better than anticipated most of the time. And if you can top out at 4 with it, if you add up, if you do the math on that, it ends up dealing, if you top out at 4 and you curve out perfectly with it, it deals, let's see, 3, 6, 10 damage total. Is that right? Did I do that math right? I think it is. But it's 4 damage to something, 3 damage, 2 damage, and 1 damage to something, all split up. It's really good. And, you know, maybe you'll end up even getting 15 damage out of it if you can top out at 5. It's a fun card to play. I think most people, or at least, yeah, I think most people still want to see me draft fun things more than just maybe optimal things in Sandblast, whatever. We'll take the Imminent Doom. It's early. It's a fun card to draft. We'll see what we can do with it. Okay, what do we have here? Fraying Sanity, which is, I guess, yet another fun card, but not what I'm looking for. I think we're really looking at probably just Tormented Venom, which is a good card. I like the black-red removal deck. I think it's good. It does kind of at least incentivize you to want to get some card advantage, draw card style things, because just playing removal spells is not going to be good enough. We're going to need some good creatures, and red and black not notorious for having optimal creatures. But yeah, Saving Grace, Jera's Renunciation are terribly unexciting, and there is no red card in here, so we'll take the Tormented Venom, which is a good removal spell. Following up, well, we have Desert of the Glorified, Shefet Dunes. Let's see. I mean, we can sort by color now, sort of get a feel. This is a red card. Sort of get a feel for what we're doing. So we're in 3 different colors already. We could take the Shefet. I think we're taking a Desert here. Granitic Titan is unexciting. Steadfast Sentinel is unexciting. And so is the Grizzly Survivor. So there is an Unquenchable Thirst if we want to branch into a 4th color already. But I think we'll take a Desert. And the Desert is either Shefet Dunes or Desert of the Glorified. This cycles. This has a relevant ability if we're in white. I think I'm going to go Dunes. It's probably a more optimal land than the Desert. Farm to Market is probably slightly better than Tormented Venom as well. So let us take the Shefet Dunes and move on. Okay. Pick now. We have Defiant Kenra in red. Pretty underwhelming 2-drop, although you can never really have enough 2-drops. But we also have Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, which is certainly fine. I don't think it's super conducive to the 3 colors that we're in, though. These 3 colors typically want to beat down In the case of black-red, it's like, I'll kill all your things, and then I'll kill you with my cheap things. In the case of red-white, it's, I'm going to play cheap creatures and kill you with them, and find removal at appropriate times. So, probably more likely taking the Defiant Kenra over the Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, even though I think Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs in general is probably a better card. Regardless, we're not passing anything of too much substance, so I guess I'll take it, but yes, for the most part, I'm pretty underwhelmed with Defiant Kenra. So now we have Kenra Eternal, Dutiful Servants, Unconventional Tactics. There are, in fact, red zombies. Not a lot, though. There are plenty of white zombies, like the band. And Unconventional Tactics is pretty good for that. Otherwise, there's Kenra Eternal for black-red beats, but fairly underwhelming. Scrounger, not that exciting either. Late Unsummon, and then we see a Desert of the Mindful. Alright, we'll take the Tactics. I guess that's okay. It's early enough, right? So now we can take the Black Desert now. We have just another shot at it. We could take the Granitic Titan. Granitic Titan, probably pretty good in the Imminent Doom deck if we can get to it, because you can cycle it early or top out at it. We could just take the Black Desert now, which is probably fine. It's certainly the best card in here. I'm probably okay with that. We're still trying to figure out where we're at. I mean, I could just cut red now because I'd like to be in red. We have the Imminent Doom, we have the Struggle. Those are probably the best cards we have. I'll take the Titan over the Desert. I don't actually think that's right, but oh, got the late Scrapper. That's a gift. So let's solidify ourselves in red and then figure out what we want to do. I could have taken the Desert over the Titan there, but like I said, I think in my mind it makes a little more sense to really go strongly in our color, and currently I'm most excited about our red. So let's cut red early and sort of figure out from there what we need to do. Oh, just Scrapper and a Scrapper, loving it. There's a Mummy Paramount, which should pair well with our Tactics and as a 2-drop, but Scrapper beats. Ceradon is a nice pickup for us as well. We'll take it. Who knows, maybe we'll end up playing mono red. Pretty unlikely. We'll take the Jeru's Renunciation here. Take the Faithful. Good sideboard card to have, actually. Not really wanting to main deck it, though. So it looks like we're more likely going to be in white-red. Certainly red. Haven't quite figured out our second color yet, like I mentioned. And if I open some bomb rare in a different color, I'm certainly happy to dump our 4 non-red cards and figure out from there. Bantu's Last Reckoning, so this is a board wipe. There's also a Paincaster in here, which is very good. We have Magmaroth, which is optimal in blue-red. We have Desert of the Fervent, Firebrand Archer, which I like. So Bantu's Last Reckoning is, in fact, a board wipe. But do I want to take it here? That is the question. I mean, it's a powerful effect. It's undeniably a powerful effect to blow up the board. It kind of is cool with Imminent Doom if it's your third. I mean, I'll deal 3 damage to you and I'll blow up the board. I like that. Paincaster, for sure, we're going to play if I take it. And is a powerful card. Like I said, we're not 100% in black. But it's hard to deny the power level of blow up the board. That is very good. And then maybe we could be more of like a mid-rangey black-red with removal, winning off Imminent Doom, and big stuff like Granitic Titan. Or I just take the Paincaster, which can ping things or hit their face. This is tough. This is actually a legitimately difficult pick since I think Reckoning is a fairly powerful effect. I think I'm going to go with the board wipe. We're not, once again, we're not guaranteed to be in another Imminent Doom. I don't even know what to think about that. That's so strange. There's a Burning Fist Minotaur and an Open Fire and an Inferno Jet and a Blur Blades and a Desert. All the red cards we want in here. I always want to wheel Imminent Doom, and then I don't wheel it. So I might just have to cut white now, because I have the Bantu's Last Reckoning, and really just go deep on the black-red removal deck with double Imminent Doom, because for some reason that seems ridiculous enough to want to try out here. Now we're definitely going to need some early curve stuff to make this work, but let's try it. It's so ridiculous that I think it's cool. All right, Crash Through is actually good for the Imminent Doom deck, but we're going to take the Lethal Sting because it's a great removal spell. We're going to take it over Ruin Rat as well. Remember, this deck wants a lot of removal, as you might expect. So here's that red zombie I was talking about. We can take the Ramunap Ruins. Is that worth anything since it's played in the Ramunap red deck? Let's find out. It is worth all of 4 cents, so the answer is no. We'll take the Ruins anyway. It's a desert card. We have 1 desert synergy card already. Could find more. Not a great chance, but it is a good card in general. It's a way to just kill your opponent. Or I could take the Cycle Desert over. I think Ramunap Ruins is slightly more exciting. Could also take the Devastator. We're going to need some more creatures. Another Granitic Titan as well. I mean, we do want a curve for these Imminent Dooms, and we're going to need some 1-drops in order to do that. But we're going to take the Ramunap Ruins, I think. Let's move these over. Okay, so now we have a Braid, which is fantastic. We're going to take it over Crash Through, and Puncturing Blow, and Marauding Bone Slasher. So Blur of Blades, yet another 2-drop. There is a Carrion Screecher. There's a Firebrand Archer. Firebrand Archer is probably pretty optimal in a deck like this because we're going to have a lot of non-creature spells, like Imminent Dooms, Bantu's Last Reckoning. In fact, we already have 7 non-creature spells. So I could take that over the Blur of Blades. I think in a removal deck, we probably want the Firebrand Archer. I really do like Blur of Blades a lot, though, especially with Imminent Doom. That's pretty nasty. Deal 2 damage to you, deal 4 damage to you in a -1/-1. That's pretty insane, actually. I'm pretty tempted to take the Blur of Blades, but you can never really have enough 2-drop creatures, so I'm going to take the Archer. I don't necessarily know if that's right. Okay, so without weakness, Torment of Scarabs. Scarabs is pretty cool with the Bantu's Last Reckoning, admittedly. That is cool, and it's a nice way to curve with the Imminent Doom. I could actually take Torment of Scarabs here. I'm not. Otherwise, I'm taking another Granitic Titan, which really isn't that exciting anyway. Alright, we'll take the Torment here. I usually never play this card, too, but in a board wipe deck, for some reason, it seems good enough. Alright, another Ramunap Ruins, but we're going to take the Puncturing Blow. Another Firebrand Archer, or we could take the Magmar. I think Magmar's actually fantastic in this deck. We have 9 non-creature spells already, so yes, we're going to take the Magmaroth. Alright, we get the Blur of Blades anyway. There is a Desert of the Fervent. And we don't have any 1-drops yet, which really, honestly, makes the Imminent Dooms unplayable at the moment. I like Desert a lot, too, but Blur of Blades is an actual good removal spell in this deck. I'm going to take it. Oh, over the Inferno Jet, too? Jeez. That's kind of tough. Can you imagine playing Inferno Jet as your 6th card for an Imminent Doom? I'll deal 12 damage to you. You know what? That's just absurd enough where I'm going to take it. Alright, got the Crash Through back. That's a gift. Absolutely playing that card. Taking the Devastator, I think, over the Scrounger here. Actually, probably want to go Scrounger for Imminent Doom purposes. I mean, we are building around our double Imminent Doom at the moment. Oh, no! That's the choice you've given me? I guess I got to take Puncturing Blow. I mean, we're going to need more 1-drops to make these Imminent Dooms work, but come on. Do you think I can pass a Puncturing Blow? Do you think I could really do that? Absolutely not. Alright, so we need 1-drops and 2-drops badly, but the rest of our curve is actually pretty good. Let's see here. There's Electrify. Merciless Javelineer, I think, has to be the pick. It's a fantastic card. We're going to take it over Electrify and Splendid Agony. Yeah, Merciless Javelineer is just absolutely nasty. Just a nasty, nasty 4-drop. Possibly could wheel it, to be honest, but I think it's powerful enough where I don't even want to risk that. Alright, so like I said, we actually are going to need some 1- and 2-drop spells here in order to really ever hope to make these Imminent Dooms work. But how could I pass a Puncturing Blow for a Crasher? It just doesn't seem right. So there's a Painted Bluffs, which is a desert. We only have 2 cards that interact with deserts, the Ruins and the Ceradon. Probably wheel the Painted Bluffs anyway. So it's Nimbleblade Kenra, which I think we're going to take. It's actually good in this deck. We have 12 non-creature spells, which is just insane. We can still pretty comfortably play 16 lands. Another Merciless Javelineer. Alright, that is so nasty. I want it, but I think I might have to just take the Inciter. We need 1-drops. There's just no way that Imminent Doom is going to work without 1-drops. I mean, there's literal no way that it works without 1-drops. So if we don't have enough 1-drops, we just can't do it. I want like 4 of them. Like, I'd even be willing to play Scarab Feast just to make them work, because it cycles too. Javelineer is so good, but I'm going to take the Inciter. At this point, our deck is good, but it needs to make Imminent Doom work. It needs to make it work. So let's take the Bloodlust Inciter, probably wheel the Scarab Feast. Be happy enough about that. And the fact that we top out at 6 with our Imminent Dooms is actually pretty ridiculous too. Like, we can legitimately do some insane things with this. All right, I've main decked Blazing Volley before. I have no problem doing that in order to make this deck work. I actually think this is a fine card to main deck. I don't think it's bad. There's going to be times where we're probably going to want to sideboard out of it, but there's plenty of X1s that beat down hard in this format, so we're going to take Blazing Volley. I know we have very few creatures, which is a bit scary, but when you're trying to win off Imminent Doom, I would say don't be scared. So we have Doomed Dissenter, which is a good way to buy time. It's also another 2-drop for our Imminent Dooms. I really should put these in the 6-drop slot because otherwise it's going to confuse me how many I have for Imminent Doom. We have enough 3-drops. Painful Lesson is actually good in a deck like this, though, because you really want card advantage when you have all this removal. Otherwise, it can be pretty problematic. But we're going to take the Doomed Dissenter because I think it's just good in this deck. It allows us to buy some time. And actually, it's pretty good with Bantu's Last Reckoning as well. Okay. I convinced myself. So now we have Pursue Glory, Blighted Bat, and nothing else. We'll take the Blighted Bat. It's yet another 3-drop, but one of our, maybe our only evasive creature. Is that right? Okay. Well, good enough for me. So Hone Kopesh, we're going to take... I think we're actually going to play it. I know. It's not very good in this deck, especially since we have a low creature count, but we need 1-drop still. We have double Imminent Doom, so we need to make this work. We can take the Fling. I wish we had better... We really don't have great creatures for it. I guess... All right, my minimum number to really feel good about Fling is 4 damage. So we have 2 Scrappers, we have Javelineer, we have Magmaroth, we have Ceradon, and... Okay, we have enough to actually make Fling reasonable in here. There's also Onward to Victory, but we're not considering that. So I guess we can take the Desert Ceradon as yet another 6-drop that we can potentially cycle in here. So another Ceradon. I guess we don't need Hyena Pack. We have 4 1-drops. That's going to be enough. Thankfully, just enough. All right, we got the Scarab Feast. We're going to play it. I know it seems bad, but the fact that it cycles is very relevant. It means it's never going to be completely worthless, and there are going to be times where it's like, thank God we have a Scarab Feast so we can start using our Imminent Doom. None of these cards matter. I think I'm just going to take the rare, because I guess, I mean, Unwavering Initiated Seeker are playable, but I'll just take the rare anyway. I don't really care. So we have a lot of cuts to make. I don't think that's going to be a big problem. This deck's sweet. Yeah, and good news. And we got the Painful Lesson back. I may try and make space for that. Like I said, card advantage, and the fact that you can target your opponent, maybe make them lose 5 life with Imminent Doom. It's kind of cool. All right, so we have enough to make Imminent Doom work, which is great news, since we have 2 of them. But we really do have to figure out what exactly our game plan is. As cute as Torment of Scarabs is, I don't exactly know if that's ultimately what I'm going to do. I think we're going to optimize our curve, once again, building around this double Imminent Doom, because, come on, when you have 2 Imminent Dooms, you build around them, right? So, Desert Ceradon versus Granitic Titan. This cycles for more, but is, I think, ultimately a better creature, even at 1 less power and 1 less red mana. There's an argument to be made there, I suppose. There is actually an argument to be made there, but I'm going to stand by my first thought, which is I think Granitic Titan's probably better than Desert Ceradon. First and foremost, let's just separate this stuff out, shall we? Let's look at what we're doing. So, like I said, we want to make it as even as possible. This is a 3-drop. We want to make it as even as possible, so we only have 2 5-drops. We probably don't need 4 6-drops. Thankfully, all of our 6-drops cycle, which is kind of nice. We probably just cut the Ceradons and be done with it. And then we have to cut some 3-drops. I think, as much as I like cards like Painful Lesson in a deck like this, I think we're going to cut it. I think I might cut the Blighted Bat, too. We only have 13 creatures, though, which makes this a little bit more difficult. I think we are going to cut the Fling. I don't love cutting our 2-drops. But then we'll have 5 1-drops, 5 2-drops. That hopefully is enough to make this Imminent Doom train go the way we need it to. Another good thing about Imminent Doom in the same deck as Bantu's Last Reckoning is you really can hold back your 1 and 2-drop spells. for that Imminent Doom and just find a good opportunity to be like Imminent Doom, okay, blow up the board, okay, wait a turn, whatever, then go 1-drop, 2-drop, kill your things. I don't know. It feels like it's a good way to rebuild. I really do like Torment of Scarabs in the same deck as both Imminent Doom and Bantu's Last Reckoning, but I'm pretty tempted to cut it here just because I really don't want to cut any more creatures because we're actually going to need ways to kill our opponent. All right, Torment of Scarabs I think has to go, which is tough. All right, so now we're really going to have to focus on our curve here. So maybe I do cut... Maybe I do cut a Blighted Bat. 12 creatures is a very low creature count. And the thing is, I still have to cut 2 more spells. I obviously see that Hone Kopesh is bad in this deck, but like I said, double Imminent Doom, guys. Come on. How can I resist? I honestly have no idea what to cut now. This is insane. I have to cut 2 more spells, and we need these 1-drops to make double Imminent Doom work. So this is actually really challenging. If we look at what we've got, we have 5 1-drops, 5 2-drops, 7 3-drops, 5 4-drops, 2. This is like a perfect curve for Imminent Doom. It really is. So I really don't want to disrupt. I don't want to mess with this. So we may just have to make a greedy deck that has a really low creature count. But look at, like, all my creatures are good at this point. I honestly don't know what to cut. Maybe we do have to cut removal, but, like, what's the worst removal in our deck? All of it's good. Maybe I'm supposed to cut Inferno Jet. As awesome as the card is, and it cycles, it's so insane with Imminent Doom. Like, you know how, I know you all want to see me deal 12 damage. I especially want to see me deal 12 damage to an opponent just because that's the most absurd thing I can think of, but I don't know. I don't know. Something about it doesn't seem like it's going to work. So I have to cut 2 spells. And one of them should probably be a 3-drop. It seems so wrong to cut a Scrapper. Go to 11 creatures. That's such a low creature count. I may cut an Inferno Jet and a Scrapper, and then we're 5 1-drops, 5 2-drops, 6 3-drops, 5 4-drops, 2 5-drops. I mean, this is a well-designed Imminent Doom deck. If I do it like this, it's just our creature count is going to be so low, and we're running Hone Kopesh, which is basically just being run to start an Imminent Doom chain. It seems too wrong to cut a Scrapper. This card just wins games. So maybe I cut like a Kenra. It's gonna throw off our math though, is the problem. I mean, I could cut the 2 6-drops. I could cut the 2 6-drops, so then we can only top out at 5, which is still good. Honestly, if you get to 4 on an Imminent Doom, you should really win that game. And the fact that we could theoretically have double Imminent Doom going is pretty insane. Like, I can cut Jet and Granitic Titan. We top out at 5. We have a very well-oiled machine for using Imminent Doom. Lethal Sting is maybe the card we cut just because we're so low on creatures. And that way I can keep, like, the Titan probably over the Jet. So I could cut these 2. It leaves me with 12 creatures. I still top out at 6. I still have plenty of removal. I don't need a creature to cast Lethal Sting. It seems so wrong to cut a Lethal Sting, but in a deck that has all of this removal, yeah, it's. I mean, how hilarious is it that I'm playing Scarab Feast over Lethal Sting, basically because I have 2 Imminent Dooms? That's pretty ridiculous. But this deck is ridiculous. Like, this deck is really ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is sweet. This is really sweet. All right, I'm going to try it. We're doing some weird stuff here. Multiple double black, too, with so few spells. That's a little unfortunate. All right, whatever. No biggie. I think because we have... Well, we have 3 double red, too. Jeez. I think I still am going to do 9-7. Because sometimes you just really need to cast that Bantu's Last Reckoning on turn 3. Well, probably more like turn 4. Okay. Odd deck, but fun. I know you guys love fun. I love fun too. I wish fun won more often in this format. I really don't think that fun wins all that often, to be perfectly honest. But this is a fun-looking deck, and Imminent Doom is always fun to play. I know people love to see me blow things up, so I know I love blowing things up. It's so fun. So cool deck. Hope you enjoy it. I guess we're running it like this. We'll see you round 1.